Oh, traders, it was lagging the screencast software, but it has come up. All right, so this is a bit of an interesting little, just close that down, interesting session for me. So I got in a little bit later. I had a few things on tonight, and what I do try and do is at least 30 minutes before market open, I have stocks to trade up. I've got the top percentage gainers. I look for volume every single night. I try and do this because I find the more I look at the charts, the more things become clear, and my understanding improves, and also pattern recognition, knowing when to enter a trade, knowing when to exit as well is pretty key. So what I will do is go over SKLN. I'll move my face down here for now. Face down here for now. All right, so what do we have here? SKLN came up on the scanners pre-market, and it was up considerably, probably around 16 to 18%. Volume wasn't too bad, around 200,000 shares. And I'm just looking now. There's nothing really catching the eye. On the back burner, I've been, watching MGTI, and it has done nothing. So I don't know. There's a lot of bag holders on Twitter too. It's not just Bitcoin. It is a company. So I understand Bitcoin's going off. And I'm contemplating actually getting into Bitcoin because it's probably going to go to 10,000 by the end of the year. It's scary, that's all. But I might just take a small position around $1,000 and just see what happens. But I just want to go through my trade on SKLN. So I was watching this. I was watching for a dip buy after this opened at 234, closed at 217, low of 213, and I didn't really get that, and that didn't give enough because it closed not near its high. This wasn't too bad. And then I thought it was going to fade. Like, it wasn't looking. This is a little bullish when the wick's down here, and I was contemplating getting in here, and then bam, this started happening. Obviously, it's a 1 minute chart. I got in at 240, and it got as low as 235, but it didn't fall below the 20-day moving average, which I had set as a mental stop. I had the fill ready to go for the sell trade to close out, but it spiked up a little bit. It got as high as 250. I got filled at 243 that I ended because it sort of consolidated there and closed at 243 before, and I got filled. And what I did consequently is I accidentally put in my franticness. Well, I don't really think so. Maybe I just didn't see this straight away, and then I clicked sell again, and I actually sold. Luckily, I don't have the PDT rule activated, because if I do have a short trader account, that won't be an issue. But it filled at, I won't be opening one straight away as well, guys. I was talking about that. I'm just not prepared, and I want to get some more consistency. I really want to get probably 50 plus trades under my belt, and then I might think about it and go through the data and see, where I'm going wrong, what I'm doing, such things as this. So, and then I filled at 224. I'll go through here actually. I just want to have a good time. As you can see, I've got point J connection as well. Probably because I've got a couple of things. I don't know why. It's just diabolical sometimes in Perth. There are some areas in Perth that they have like 100 megabytes a second, which is good. Which is good for Australia. I have about 2 to 4. Peak is about 8. Alright, so as you can see, and I filled at 224, and that was a $230 trade. And this was a $40 trade. So big position size really at 1,000 shares. Reckless, really. I mean, we're risking $4,000 to make 200. But if you have the mentality of closing out early, it's hard to tell. I mean, look, my main concern is that I guess it's intraday, so we can focus on uptrending charts and whatnot. But this was just lucky. And when I noticed, I didn't want to fill straight away because I just wanted to see how it would go, because there was a bucket load of resistance as well. And I got lucky here, and I sort of let it go. But yeah, look, that's how it panned out, guys. And TRXC has been I mean, has it been a sell opportunity? It sort of has, really. Probably here, really. That's pretty significant. I mean, honestly, I'd probably do it here because it's more of a defined downtrend. That would freak me out, though, to be honest. I would have probably got that. It's hard to tell, really. It's hard to tell. I didn't play it, so. Oh, LBIX. LBIX. Doing its thing, babe. Oh, no, good volume. Good volume. Leading brands or something? Yes, please. I don't know if it's going to tolerate all these tickets being open. And I have updated the my trade section as well, so I'm actually $78 in drawdown now. So things are looking up a little bit. You know, you'd call this good luck, but I also had extremely bad luck on a cool trade that wouldn't get filled when I had connectivity issues. And that was using interactive brokers. The software just couldn't deal with how shitty my laptop was. So I've got a new laptop, so that's averted. So I guess, you know, sometimes you have good luck. I did. The position sizing was too big, though, I'll be honest. I mean, I wouldn't risk 20% of the account on one trade. I mean, when I Forex trade, I actually will risk at times 0.5%, 1%, 2%, and I'm like, ooh, you know, so this isn't really replicating how I would honestly trade, but it's just interesting on the price action. And I think once I get over the drawdown, I'm just going to be a little more realistic. I would be willing to risk 10%, honestly. Yes, I would, with having that mentality of closing out, and not on very extremely volatile stocks like DCTH and those sort of things, and dries. I wouldn't be doing that. LBIX. Wow. It's really laggy though. What's the volume at? Interesting from LBIX. What's the news on this thing? What's the news? What's the news? Hey, Timmy Sykes, baby. What up? Ah, no news. Oh, okay. Interesting. This is good though. It's happening in real time. This is what I'm dealing with. That you see. I'm zooming in. See, with this, you've got that candle printing. I want to see it closing closer to the high, though, for a nice little trend continuation. You know, break a higher day. So, I mean, what was the close on that? 234. And then you want to look at the spread. So it'd be like a 236 entry or so. Anyway, guys, look, I'm not trading that, closing it down. Thank you for watching, and have a great session. Bye for now.